could listen to that all day. I really could. You hear that? That's a salty sound of adventure, my friends. It's the Gaming Galleon! Welcome! Welcome, adventurers! Welcome, Imagineers! Welcome, rebels! Welcome, pirates! Welcome to the Gaming Galleon. I'm your host, the luckiest sea dog in the world, Cap'n Raz. And this week, we're very far away from the Midwest, where the Gaming Galleon spends its time docked when we're not out there adventuring. We're sitting here in the captain's quarters as the rest of the crew does what they need to do to prepare for our long voyage home, which will be in just a few hours. Just long enough to shoot this show for you guys and maybe grab a bite to eat, a little bit of the local fare. Kind of a tradition around here. We're all the way on the other side of the world. We are in Dobuita, Japan. Yes, the land of the rising sun. It's like we can't get away. And can you blame us? Can you blame us for not wanting to come back here? I love it. I mean, the game centers, the imports that aren't as cheap as you think they are, the culture, the personal space being invaded. Can't get it. And of course the food. Of course the food. Why are we in Dobuita? Well, alright, look. I had to get away from... I know this is like we're near holidays season here and there's no decos up. I'm behind. Alright? Haven't done it. Haven't done it. I was bragging to my sister a month ago. I got everybody shopped for. I'm done. That's not true. It's never true. There's always one more thing you gotta get. You know what I'm saying? If it's not a gift bag for one particular thing, it's like one little thing that they gotta open up that's gonna associate with another thing. It's like, it's ridiculous. Meanwhile, it's the end of the year. I don't know if you have this problem, but when the end of the year hits, health insurance is, your health insurance is gonna dry up and it's back to deductible land. So it's like, okay, now I gotta get my teeth cleaned and, checkups, and you got doctors calling you. There's parties. I got, the Galleon parties in a week, and then we got another show. It's just one thing after another, and I just, I don't know what to tell you. So we needed to get out. I just wanted to get out. I thought maybe we'd stroll around, see some Christmas decos, maybe even play some video games. And what game can you do those things? Well, it's a game that has a long running history, and one that has had a recent resurgence due to the long 17-year, maybe 18? Year wait for the third game. I'm talking about, of course, Shenmue for the Dreamcast. I don't like how I'm holding this. I feel like I'm going to drop it. And I've had this too long to drop it. We're playing the Dreamcast today. It's a mess. I'll get into that later. But let's talk about Shenmue for a second. Big deal when Shenmue came out. It was basically, I don't know if it was, I wouldn't necessarily call it the swan song of the Dreamcast. But certainly the most groundbreaking title to come out. And, I know people go on and on about how much money was spent in this, what a big deal it was coming out. Honestly, I wasn't really into any of that. If you don't know anything about me, if you haven't figured this out yet, I don't really get caught up in the hype of what's coming up next. I pick up the pieces. And that was no exception with the old Sega Dreamcast. Do you even know what a Sega Dreamcast looks like? Look, I know some people are rolling their eyes. What's a Dreamcast? What? I don't know what a Dreamcast is? How dare you? How presumptuous. Well, you know what, folks? Believe it or not, some people around there don't. Okay, so let's just show you real quick. It's a Sega Dreamcast. Okay? And you pop this baby in there. And it does the rest. We have another one hooked up to the Navigator. This is just our backup. In fact, this is a show long time coming. You see, this baby, God bless its soul, was hooked up to the navigator, which we use to direct the ship to our destination, and of course, present you with our game of the day. This guy was hooked up to the navigator about 2 years ago, maybe even 3. And we were going to do this show. I had worked hours and hours to get Shemu to the right day, the right time of the scheduled broadcast. We got 5 minutes away to starting the show, and this baby started resetting. I had no other Dreamcast on the ship, no other way to deal with it, and we had to cancel the whole show. Now, luckily, the Galleon Christmas party was scheduled right after the show, so we still had something to present. But yeah, this whole Shemu, I spent so much time preparing on that show, and it all fell apart. So hopefully, it was all because Shemu 3 just came out. It's kind of on the lips, or at least in the back of the minds of some people who remember the series. Maybe that was all working up to this. Now, if I worked nearly as hard on that show, this show is that? No, I haven't. Basically, I loaded up the I loaded up the record that I had from that time, and the data's not on. Okay, I don't think anybody cares in the long run. Does that matter? No, but I'm just being honest. Okay, just being open and honest about it. Yeah. So Shemu, I mean, kind of a surprise for me. I enjoyed it immensely, and basically, I got the Dreamcast the day it was canceling. Started buying up all the games that were supposed to be pretty big and important. Shemu, for example, played all the way through it. Absolutely loved it. Couldn't get enough. If you know anything about me, I'm definitely the kind of guy who likes biosphere games, open world games with a lot of different stuff, and I especially like games that have mini games within. And this game has an arcade. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go hang out at the arcade in Shemu. Okay? But before we get started, should we start? Well, let me show this off. We'll show it off. Shemu comes out, huge game. I get it a couple years later, play through it. It's awesome, love it. And just as I'm finishing it, that's when they start announcing that Shemu 2 will be one of the final games released for the American Dreamcast. It was going to be like an April release. I was all on board. Rarely do I want to get a game day one. I was going to be on with this one. And it just didn't happen. It was so close to when the game released that there were actually advertisements, I think in GamePro, maybe EGM, probably EGM, that had a full page spread. Said Shemu 2 coming out like 4 or something. Okay? And I had that thing on my wall in my bedroom. I was so excited. And didn't come out. They canceled the American release. This was at the time the internet was around, but I certainly wasn't ordering or selling or anything on the internet. All I was doing on the internet was reading reviews and video game news. That was it. So as far as I was concerned, the game was lost to me. But strangely enough, the month that the game came out, I went to my local GameStop, looking around for Dreamcast games. I was kind of trolling for the games that were coming out late. And to my shock, this ho-dunk little GameStop in the middle of America, Southern Illinois, miles and miles away from any metropolis, on the shelf they had one single copy of Shemu 2, the PAL edition. Fascinating stuff. I think I may have paid somewhere in the realm of $80 for this, and I didn't bat an eye. The fact that it was from all the way across, the pond, somehow ending up in my GameStop, had to grab it. And I did not look back. Absolutely loved it. So, pretty special stuff. And I don't know. Here we are today. Now I haven't played Shenmue 3 yet. I'm not going to talk about what I know about it and what's disappointed me about it and what's excited me about it. I'll play it eventually. It just hasn't happened yet. But that's for another day. For now, how about we grab the old Parpa transition here and we have ourselves a little time out in the market district of Dobuita, Japan, in Shenmue 2. Circa 1987. If you didn't know that. Obviously, at the bottom of the hour, we'll come back and hit this bad boy up. There's stuff in here. You're going to love it. Great deal in here. And, of course, at the end of the hour, what would a voyage be without sticking our hand into the old bag that tells no tales, where you guys pop a question in there to ask me about gaming, about life, or whatnot. Okay? Let's get started. It's the original Shenmue on the Dreamcast, and if I can make one caveat, look, we're doing original hardware here. But, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you need Pixel Perfect, you're not going to want to stay. Okay? Because we're using this. I found this for $5 at a liquidator and a big bin of other crap. It's the HD link cable for the Dreamcast. And oh boy, does this thing make the Dreamcast graphics look like a nightmare. I hope you're like me and you're like gameplay before graphics. Okay, that's how we play around here. And today, my friends, is absolutely no exception. So, without further ado, Shenmue for the Dreamcast. Alright, here we go. I think it's somewhere around 905. Hey, look who's there! Santa! Hey, Santa! Hold on a second! Hey, come back here, you! Santa! Santa? Santa! Hey, Santa! Well, look at this. Christmas decorations all over the place, guys. I mean, come on. If this isn't going to put you into the purity and innocent spirit, look at Christmas music of Christmas. I don't know what is. And if it's not, well, surely Santa will fill you full of innocent Christmas joy. Let's talk to him.
Excuse me.
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! Yes?
Okay, Santa.
What is it?
Do you know of any place to find a job at the harbor?
I might know some places around here, but not at the harbor. Sorry.
Is that so?
Do you know where I get some Christmas gifts? Hey, come on back here, Santa. Santa? I didn't even tell you what I wanted. Come on, buddy.
About finding work at the harbor?
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho! I might be able to talk my boss into bringing you on board. Get it? Granted, it's tough walking around all day, but...
Some other
I don't
time.
get it. What was the joke? Was there a joke there? I might be able to ask my boss to get you on board? I don't know. Santa, you've lost me. And this guy's I'm in this guy's way. Alright, well look, it's 9:30 in the morning, and frankly, the arcade is not open yet. So what do you say we run on over to the old local casino, pop a couple tokens in the old slot machine, alright? Come on. Let's get a drink here first. Stop in here for a drink. Maybe a little bit of dried squid. You know. What do they drink in Japan? Is it squid juice? Alright, let me get some of this. Oh yeah. Caramel, chocolate, chips. How about a drink? Can I get a drink? Oh, I'm certainly not going to need any of those. Alright. How about some of this? Do we got a drink in here? Give me a break, guy. Hello? Oh, this is a Xerox machine. Oh, here we go. How about some milk? Yeah, right. Rio likes the hard stuff. You guys know the plot to Shenmue? Do you even care? Ryo Hazuka Hazuka.
Hey, man. This.
Thank you. Ryu Hazuki. 1987, Japan. His dad gets murdered.
Thanks, man.
Ryo's out there to try and figure it out. But along the way, I mean, he needs some milk, right? How do I even drink milk in this? Oh boy, we got all kinds of stuff here. Here we go. Let's have a milk. Can I drink this? I can't. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll have to save that. Give that as a gift, huh? We'll pop that in somebody's stocking. Oh boy. Actually, look, it's 9:53. It's just about time to head to the arcade. Let's get over to the arcade. We don't need to gamble. It's Christmas, right? Everyone wins during Christmas. Santa, hi. Can we talk about what I'm gonna get? Hello.
Excuse me.
I'd like one of those
Merry
TMNT
Christmas.
cabinets.
Oh,
That's at Walmart.
Yes? What is it?
Do you know of any place to find a job at the harbor?
I might know some places
Yeah.
around here, but not
Okay.
at the harbor. Sorry.
Why is Rio trying to get a job during Christmas? Who wants to work during Christmas? Alright, here we go. Here's the arcade. God, the old U arcade, man. The time I've spent here. Woo, boy. Whew. Very exciting. Alright, we'll head in there pretty soon, but of course you can't stop by the old arcade without hitting up
Toy
some of
capsules.
these toy capsules.
100
I don't
yen
want
each,
this
huh?
one though. Give me the other. That's Virtual Fighter Kids. Nobody wants that one. Yeah, nobody wants Virtual Fighter Kids. There we go. Sega Schlock. That's what we're looking for. Let's pop a quarter into this guy.
100 yen
A quarter.
each.
100 yen. My mistake. All right.
Maybe
Come
just
on,
one.
Knights. Come on, Knights. That's in the dreams. Here we go. I don't want that Burning Rangers one. Come on. Here we go. What do we got?
Huh?
A die. You kidding me? All right, one more. Get out of here. Get out of here. Give me another one. Come on. Come on. I'm looking for. How about Gold
I should try
Sonic? Is
again.
Gold Sonic in there? Actually, I don't want Gold Sonic. I don't want any Sonic. That's why I came to this machine. This isn't the Sonic machine. Come on, here we go. Is that Opa Opa? That's a stupid box!
Hey, what's this?
Alright, thanks for nothing. Yeah, what is this indeed? Alright, that's it. That didn't help us at all. What is that from,
Maybe
no,
I
we
should
shouldn't.
get another.
No. No, Rio. Back away.
Changed my mind.
Alright, we're gonna head back to U Arcade later on. But guys, we got a chest to get into. Alright? You know what I'm saying? How about a little booty, everybody? You guys down for some booty? Rio? I love it. What's that orange block from? I'm trying to think of what that orange block is from. That we just got in the gumball machine. It's from Sega. I don't know. I don't think it's Fantasy Zone. Wow, let me bore you by trying to figure it out. All right, let's get into this. So, just two shops in here. I don't know. One's not necessarily a deal, but these were just things I just couldn't leave behind. We got a thrift store and a pawn shop deal here. Okay, let's start with the thrift store. A couple of plug and plays. $3 on the Miss Pac-Man plug and play. Really nice selection of games here. As you can see, you've got Mappy on there, probably the least popular. Xevious, pretty decent shooter. Miss Pac-Man obviously in the front. Galaga, and then finally Galaga, which has kind of grown on me a little bit. And pole position. Pole position, you're like, how are you going to play pole position on this thing? The fascinating thing, I think we've had these on before, but if you look closely, there's that little red thing there says control, and there's an arrow. It's kind of twisting. It's telling you that if you, in addition to this joystick moving around for games like Xevious and Galaga and Mappy, you can twist the joystick, much like a steering wheel. And you'd be shocked by how good the control actually is for this little guy. I'm probably going to give this to my nephew. He's a big fan of the second version, the first version of this, which had like Pac-Man and Dig Dug on it, Rally X. I think he'd get a kick out of that, so that's where that's going to go. As for the other one, there's no way we're going to leave this behind. It was $4, and it actually kind of ties in to Shenmue a little bit. One of the most iconic moments in the first Shenmue is when you get on a motorcycle with your girlfriend, well, love interest. Are you making your way there? Maybe she's not. It's at the end. Yeah, you have to. Toward the end, you're trying to rescue your love interest, and of course, you got to get on a motorcycle to get there, and it's kind of a game changer. Very exciting. This is not so exciting, but how could we leave this behind? Check it out. For $4, we found. Oh, you're already going, huh? The Road Rally. The Road Rally, officially licensed by Harley Davidson there. Brought to us by Radica. Is Radica even still around? I don't know. But as you can see, it's idling. Let's rev her a little bit. Oh, no, she's not revving. Hold on. I think we got to get the game started. First of all... okay, here we go. All right, can you see this? Can you see the screen? Radica? Oh, yeah, that's my favorite song. Whew. Are you ready to... Oh, okay, a little bit of a cutscene there. Yeah, alright, great. Okay, so, it's you can select your own bike, and, yeah, so let's select the bike. I was going to show you guys this, but it's like, I knew this was going to show up well. Where does it start? You gotta start here? I don't even remember how to start. Oh yeah, this is how to select. You gotta select your car, your motorcycle. What do we got? We got the Fat Boy. Do we even need to check the others? Fat Boy it is. Okay, give me the Fat Boy. Select. Is this it? Enter. And then you select your rider. There only seems to be one rider, and it's Easy Joe. See Easy Joe there? Okay. And of course, when you select Easy Joe, this is what he says here. Easy Joe, take it easy on the road. Okay, got it, Joe. And then we're going. Course 1, let's go. Do it. 3, 2, 1. Rio, go! Go! We gotta get, I forgot her name. Oh, God! Who are they fighting? The Mad Gears? Oh, wow. Okay, so kind of a first-person thing. You literally have to do this to steer. I'm running into stuff. You can do this to brake, and then you literally have to do this to accelerate. And if you don't, then it's out. How could we say no to this thing? Here's the one problem. I don't know how to turn it off. I had to mute it. I meant to show you guys. Can I get this off? I don't think I can. I had to put, I'm going to get it. This is worth it. Hold on. I have to get my screwdriver. Alright. This is something I've never seen. Never seen this before. On the undercarriage here is your batteries. The batteries were not working at the time, so I had to open this baby up to make sure we get it running for you. There's the price tag, $4. They of course had it over the carriage, so I had to rip it off a little bit. But opening it up, I was shocked. Yeah, I figured it was like 4 AA's. Looks like a 4 AA door to you, right? Opening this up, I was shocked to see. Look at that. What is going on in there? What is that all about? Let me pull one of these out of here, and I'll show you. Come on out. Get out of there, you. All right, there we go. Look at this. It runs off of 3 AA's with their own designed, I guess, for the Radica Road Rage, Harley Davidson Road Rage, what is it called? Road Rally. A little adapter to make it like a C battery. So was this thing originally made for C batteries and then they pared it down to make it AA's? You want to see the inside of the carriage again? We actually had to pop this out. Pop her in there. Look at that. It's like a girdle or something for a AA battery. Comes with 3 of those. Pretty crazy, huh? Very shocked about that. All right, are you still there? Anybody still awake? Okay. Raz, we come here for the deals. We don't come here for you to, show us some schlock we can find in any thrift store. Okay? You want a deal? I'll give you a deal. Pawn shop. It's Christmas time. What's the best Christmas gift for guys and gals like you and me? Nothing more magical than getting a new system for Christmas, right? A system you never had. It's like entering a whole new dimension. It's like getting the key to a portal. And it's like, what adventures am I going to find beyond? Well, that's what we have here. We have a system we've never picked up before. And we got it for a pretty decent deal. I walked in to this joint, and it's been dry out there. I honestly really haven't been looking as much as I used to. I walked in there last week, and business as usual, 9 a.m. kind of situation. I asked them if they had any games. In the back, they brought out, a bunch of forgettable Xbox 360 games. A couple that kind of turned my head. I think there was like Sniper Elite 2, some sort of special edition I'd never seen, so grab that. I don't even have it here. It's that uninteresting that it's not even in the chest. The other game I picked up was, I believe, the Call of Duty 2 Game of the Year edition for Xbox 360. They were like $2 each. And then he had a copy of Mario Kart Wii for 2. No, 3. He charged me 3 on each of these. I heard the one lady said the games are going to be 2. This guy ends up upcharging me for 3. It's not a problem, and you'll see why. The Mario Kart Wii, we've already sent that on its merry way to some Christmas tree. Enough that it basically paid for Sniper Elite 2, Call of Duty 2, and these 2 stupid plug-and-plays that I happened to get just after this guy. I went to the pawn shop first, then the thrift store for, I don't know, show purposes. I decided to reverse it here for you. But basically, Mario Kart took care of everything except for what we have in the chest. Alright? This guy was on the shelf with a bunch of his brothers, and he happened to have a very interesting sticker on him. I said, what's the situation with that one? He says, well, she's not starting. A mother and her son, and this is a good note. A mother and her son returned it. If a mother and a son and no dad's involved, and they return something, that's usually a good sign for you, because that usually means maybe they didn't know how to turn it on correctly. But the story goes, they got it home, turned it on, didn't work, shut itself down, they brought it back to the pawn shop, they plugged it in there, shut itself down again, wouldn't release the game that they had in there, had to sit there and figure out a way to turn it back on just long enough to get the game out. Let it sit for a day, tested it again, popped another game in, thing shut down. So, if you have a shelf full of systems and one of them's not working, and you're a pawn shop manager, it's time to cut some fat. Okay? That's exactly what we did here. Check it out. Have you guys heard of the Xbox One S? Didn't have one of these. Pretty decent shape. I really like, you know what I like about this thing? I love that the back of it, all the connections are just flat. They're not, there's no design getting in the way of plugging this thing into your TV. You ever try and plug in one of those OPS4? I've got the OPS4. It's like a trapezoid or something. Rhombus, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, the back is like slanted up. So there's a big lip. It's like an awning. It's a complete pain in the ass to rewire that thing now and then. This looks like it's in really nice shape. I like that design. And as for the front, well, that'll show you the price. $20, as is, will not stay on. $20, I was going to take the shot, man. $20, you got to take the shot, right? I mean, that's just piracy. You got to take the shot. I was like, so what's it come with? He's like, well, I can get you the wires. I don't know about a controller, though. And I said, gee, I understand. I know it's a good price, but gosh, it sure would be nice if I'd be able to, control it. And that was enough for the guy to start literally digging around, even though he had controllers priced, for $10 to $30. 10 being the wired ones, 30 being the wireless ones. Even though he had these used ones sitting around, he was willing to go in the back for this $20 item and try his best to find a controller. And he managed to do so. In addition to the boring hookups, HDMI cable and a plug, we got this rose-colored controller. Now, the one this is, I think this is an aftermarket made by Power A. These generally go for somewhere around $20 new. So it wasn't like we were getting a huge deal, but we were getting a full system here now. Now we're good. The only thing that we had to add to this little system was this cord you're seeing. This thing runs off a mini USB to USB, and we just happen to have a really nice long one that fit snugly and perfectly into the machine. As for how this thing's running, because we got it as is, taking all the risk. I brought it back, hooked it up, let it run for about an hour. Didn't seem to have any problems. Day later, I hooked it up into my main system at home, my main setup at home. Popped in a black, the original black for the Xbox. I don't know if you guys ever played black. Great game. But original Xbox game, because apparently these things are backward compatible. Wasn't reading the disc. Said that the game was not supported by Xbox. Did a little research online, looked at the list, black was there, so I'm like, oh, maybe this thing isn't working. Maybe it's not reading disc. Connected it to the internet via Wi-Fi, updated it, popped black back in, and played through the first level flawlessly. This guy is running like a champ. No problems. And all we had to do was maybe update it a little bit, maybe let it sit and just relax for about an hour without doing anything to it. And now we got ourselves an Xbox One S. How about that, huh? Am I excited about delving into the Xbox One library? Not particularly. Honestly, the only game that really turns my head on that library is the Gears of War Collection / Rare Replay. I would definitely like to get a copy of that. Aside from that, I'm most excited about the fact that this guy's backward compatible. We can play some Xbox 360 games and even some original Xbox games. And if you've fiddled with an original Xbox lately, they're not exactly friendly. That disc tray can give you a lot of problems if she wasn't handled with kid gloves. So this came at a very perfect time for us, just in time for Christmas. All right, let's get back to Shami. You guys ready to hit the arcade? Oh boy, am I ready to hit the arcade? Let's do it. All right, Shamu, get the old Harper transition here. Back to Dobuita. Back to Japan. Back to 1987. Back to the U Arcade. All right, here we go. Hey, Santa. Who's this guy? Hey, buddy. Whoa. Boundaries, please. All right. Well, what time is it? It's 10:15. So the arcade's definitely gotta be open. Let's do one more shot at the old gumball machine. I don't know what it is, man. I've spent so much time when I was playing this. I played this a few times through. I always get hung up on the stupid gumball machines. I love it. Come on, here we go. Knights. Knights in the Dreams. Here we go. Come on, baby. Knights. And yeah.
Again?
Even Rio is unimpressed. Actually, this is kind of cool. Isn't that the fox from Phantasy Star? I don't think I ever made that connection years ago, but now I know. Huh, how about that? Alright, I kind of like that one. Maya, great. Mayu? No, let's go.
Try again.
You guys want to get a drink before we go in?
Not today.
Hold on, let's we couldn't drink that milk. Let's have ourselves a cola. Let's get a drink. Oh, do they have coffee? We're not gonna go. Generally, I'd go for the coffee. Look at how ahead of the game Japan is. Iced coffee back in 1987. Do you realize how many years I was going from like restaurant to restaurant? Drive-through to drive-through, getting crazy looks because I wanted iced coffee. Oh, now it's everywhere. Now they have water fountains in the park spewing it. All right, let's see. We got Jet Cola, Fruta. I'm just gonna go with a Coke. All right. Oh, grape there. That's nice. What was that blue one? Is that just seltzer water? Maybe cream soda? Oh yeah. Now nobody knows how to drink. I was told once I know how to savor. I learned from Ryo Hazuki how to savor your drink. Oh. Yeah, that a boy. Come on. You don't want to spend your afternoon playing this? Get out of here. Ridiculous. Get some class. Alright, here we go. Into the arcade. Let's have a good time, alright? We'll burn some quarters. Play a couple classics. And then we'll do the mailbag, alright? How's that sound? Okay. Alright, so what do we got here? Space Harrier? Gotta take a look at the box. First of all, we got this great poster here. It's being run by this individual. We talked to the guy. When I was like 5, I wanted to be this guy. The guy who ran the arcade. I was all about it. Maybe not 5. I think 5 though. At least 8. 10. I wanted to be this guy. Never made it. And you know what he's missing is that thing on his waist that pumped quarters out. I was all about that thing. Do you have to go to trade school to learn how to operate one of those?
Busy?
Doing okay. How about a quick game?
Yeah.
See, he's a dedicated guy. He's all there for the sale. All right, here was this machine, Space Harrier. This thing is neat. What I wonder is, the first time I played Space Harrier in the arcade, the exciting thing, I only played it once because it was expensive. But I remember it was a big movable cabin. The entire cabinet was on hydraulics or something. Am I the only one who remembers this? This seems to be, nowadays you see the stand-up, or me, I don't think I've ever seen this little sit-down version here. Maybe this is a Japanese thing. It's cool though.
Space Harrier.
But it's not that hydraulics I remember. That's really what made Space Harrier exciting, in my opinion. Nowadays, I don't know. Oh, how much? I'm not gonna put in that many. Just one, baby. We'll try it.
I'll try it.
Nowadays, Space Harrier, it's okay. certainly not my favorite Sega game, and certainly not my favorite shooter. All right, here we go. Moot.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
All right, this is great. Guys, it's washed out. It's not pixel perfect. I don't have to tell you. Look, we're streaming from a pirate ship, docked out in Japan. We're a world away from you. Okay, this is all I got. Playing this with the Dreamcast controller, the analog stick is pretty sweet. And, oh, there it is. Of course. You didn't think I'd last long, did you? I think the farthest I've ever made it in space area, maybe the 3rd level, maybe 4th, maybe a 4th. Oh boy. But you know, music's spot on. I mean, this was exciting, man. This was like, look, I got into the Dreamcast because I was poor. I was real poor, and we picked up. At the time, I think Shemmy was going for 30. Pretty much what it's going for these days. I don't know what it's going for these days. Might be up. For a long time, it was still 30 used. I don't know what it is now. But anyway, when it came out, I picked it up for 30. And how excited I was to have this biosphere-like adventure where there's a time and a calendar and, you know, places to shop. I love shopping. You know, joints to gamble. All really great things, but geez, now you're going to tell me that there's additional game, like full additional games that I used to have to, like, you know, spend my mother's hard-earned money to play? I'm in! You know, this is amazing. Whoa, excuse me. I gotta stop watching Bidhead 1000. He's the one who says I'm in all the time. Hello! Oh, I love these pillars. I always thought the pillar thing was nice. It was neat. Challenging, especially when you got guys shooting at you and you're navigating the pillars. I think that's pretty neat stuff. Alright, we got a boss here. Are we already on stage 2? Wow. Time sure flies when you're babbling to fill time. Whoa! Hello. Yeah, we're doing great! That high score you see, I don't know that it's mine. It probably is, but I can tell you for sure that the games do save your high. I mean, which is great, as it should be. So that's got to be my high score. But how I got almost 1 billion? Get out of here! Oh, it's killed by broccoli.
Get ready.
I'm ready. Many more battle scenes will soon be available. I always found that little message before you start your next life pretty amusing. It's like, look, I already put a quarter in. Man, it was 50 cents, maybe even $1 for the hydraulic one. But you know, you got my money. You don't need to sell it anymore. Oh, two-headed Hydra. Ah, is that it? I think that's all she wrote. Yep, game over.
Get ready.
Did we even place? Oh yeah, that's not ours. Whew. I don't see no Raz there. Makes sense. I probably didn't play this too much because I was preparing for the show we were supposed to do with this like 2 years ago. So, 4:50 p.m. December 20th, 1986. Did I say 87? Oh, way to do your homework. All right, let's mix it up here a little bit. Let's play a little. I mean, geez, honestly, I'd love to play darts. I'd love to play the punching game, but you know what? Let's. No, I think the punching game is gonna be too boring. Let's play a little Hang On. All right. We might play the punching game, but I think we're already running out of time here. Voyages, you know, adventures, the good times, my friends.
I should try it once.
You gotta cherish them, because before you know it, it's all over. Okay? So let's cherish this time we have with Hang On. In Dobuita, Japan, December 20th, 1986. In Shenmue for the Dreamcast. I remember playing this a lot, and I'll tell you, the controls for this on the Dreamcast controller, really, really good. The analog stick definitely mimics how this game was played in the arcade, which is basically you using your body weight to shift that big motorcycle that's mounted in front of the video game, shifting that weight left and right to make the turns. And the analog stick definitely recreates that sense of that sense of steering the bike quite well. And in addition to that, the Dreamcast has some really nice, I hate the term, but it's so widely used now. It has some really nice bumpers. And the bumpers being the shoulder buttons on the controller. They are pressure sensitive, so if I need to drop acceleration real quick or keep the speed at just medium, just barely made that checkpoint. It works quite well, and you really do need to work to manage that. That accelerator well. For those turns when you're trying to thread the needle between the other racers. So, no complaints as to how Hang-On played on here on Shenmue. I really like it. And I played this a lot more than Space Harrier. That's for sure. And really, this was the biggest sell for me with Shenmue, was coming here and playing the games. Oh. There's no better way to take you back to the time they were trying to recreate this Japan in 1986 than to give you some games that you were playing and grew up with at the time. And from what I understand... How do we do? Hey, look, GUB. Oh, GUB! That's how old this account... I was like, I don't see my name here. That's me. That is me. Before I was Captain Raz, I was Razorfane. Razorfane was named after... Oh, come on. I got the name Razorfane when I started playing Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast. Okay, apparently I don't know how to... I'm just gonna get out of there. I'm too stupid to talk and do initials at the same time. We're getting out of this. We're gonna go. Rio, love you. Thanks for the fun, man. Nice to see you back in Shenmue 3. And nice to see you still in Shenmue 1. Yeah, Shenmue 3, from what I understand, it doesn't have any officially licensed Sega games in it. I gotta tell you, that's a big drawback in my opinion. That's a real step back. It's a shame they couldn't do it, but you know, I haven't played it yet, so we'll see. We'll see what I think. Let's head over to the mailbag here. We're coming to the end of the show. Wouldn't be a voyage unless one of you guys out there had a voice. Let's go here. Mailbag. People, I had somebody ask me, where do you get the letters from? People mailing these? I can't stress this enough. It's very easy. It's the same way it's been for coming up on 5 years now. All you got to do is message the Game & Galleon channel on Twitch a question. And we'll get it in the mailbag for you. Through the magic of broadcasting. Okay? Easy stuff, I swear to God. And please, feel free to send me something. It's a treat to get a message from you guys. Alright, let's see. This comes from our good matey Bose. And he asks simply, what were the series you produced and did before the Game & Galleon? Well, I don't know how much you know about my background, but I'm not exactly someone who grew up with streaming. I'm not exactly someone who ever saw streaming as an entertainment medium growing up. I did, obviously, later in my adulthood, but as a kid, streaming didn't even exist. So my fascination was broadcasting. And at the early age of 18, I produced my first show. I've talked before about Yesterday Night Live. Those were the guys who really got me started into this whole streaming thing. And eventually said you should make a show on the pirate ship. And that's how we got the Galleon going. But years prior, many years before streaming was a thing, and Yesterday Night Live was a thing, and the gaming Galleon was under my ownership. Years before, after I got out of high school, I really didn't have a lot of direction toward higher education. That came later. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a show. And I went to the local cable access station and got trained, took the classes that they provided, and began my own show with a couple other friends. Neil Burtz, sorry to call out your name, and Mark Ring. God rest his soul. And we did a show called B- Television. We started it in my hometown and eventually moved it when I moved to college. Did it for college. Lots of stories there. Many stories about that world. But I'm not gonna. Obviously, we don't have time. We do have time for one thing, though. Remember earlier at the beginning of the show, I was talking about Shenmue 2 and how it was released. It was going to be released to American audiences and then quickly shut down. It was so close that the announcement that it wouldn't make it to American audiences was so late that there was actually advertisements in video game magazines, full-page spreads of Shenmue 2. I had one in my bedroom in college. I thought I may have that page still because I was always really shocked, that I had that. It's a real rarity since it never made it out to American audiences. So I dug around a little bit, and I found a folder with some really old stuff, but not what I was looking for. However, what was in there, I think we're going to look at. This is a letter that I found in this folder that's been sitting locked away, under stuff for many, many years. And it's actually an actual letter, sent by postage to the show I did when I was a youngin', B- Television. And I thought we'd just read it real quick and then say goodbye. How's that sound, all right? So this is from this is for B- Television, P.O. Box 1183, Homewood, Illinois, 60430. October 18th, 1996. It says, regarding an idea for your show. Dear guys, I saw a small segment of your show this week for the very first time. I'm also an HF alumni, and I have a fun idea for your show. I have a 21-year-old friend named Jamie. She's very pretty, personable, and fun. Notice I didn't say nice, friendly, good personality, but a lot of guys want to go with her, and Jamie is always meeting the wrong type of guy. Therefore, I thought it would be fun for you to have Jamie as a guest on your show and have people call in to meet her. Maybe the callers could convince her of a date by mailing in a picture with information about themselves, or they could call your show and sing her a song. Just this line alone. Think about how far things have changed. Maybe the callers could convince her. Calling in? Fast. Mailing a picture? There are numerous possibilities. I know you're not a dating service, but if you met her, you would know that this is a great idea. In reference to your last show, she would certainly be better than a tampon, a guy who burped at McDonald's, or no mail at all. Trust me on this one. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Your new viewer, Jody. I can't imagine what this last show was. That was a long time ago, alright? That was a long time ago. Anyway. I think what ended up happening with that was we never had her on the show, but what we did was we took the camera. We were doing a lot of on locations at the time where we'd go to events. I'd find anything I could to tape. I think one time we went to a stamp collecting convention, a psychic fair. I think one time we just went into the Walmart parking lot, started interviewing people. And in this case, I believe what happened was we ended up going to her high school for a battle of the bands. And we had her on live. I don't know if that's true or not. For all I know, I'm thinking of a totally different person. Cherish the moments that you experience, my friends, because they'll never come again. All right. It's Christmas time. We're not done yet. We got another show coming up for you soon. A far more festive show, hopefully. Get the old tree up. Maybe a little eggnog. But until then, we're going to leave you. Here in Dobuita, Japan. We're going to say goodbye to Rio. And I'm going to say goodbye to you for now. We got to get the old ship back. I'm probably going to pick up some soba. And then hit the road. Hit the water. Head back to Indianapolis for work in the morning. So, until next time, my friends. And you are, each and every one of you, no matter what I say, or no matter how I act, each and every one of you are my friends. So until then, my friends, well do to ye fair Spanish maidens, well do ye ladies of Spain, for we received orders for to hang out with Santa in Dobuita. And lo, nevermore shall we see ye again. Keep your powder dry, mate.